Hey friends, as promised, we are down in the basement to do a pantry tour of everything that I've got preserved heading into winter here in my 6A zone Michigan garden. It is rainy and yucky outside, so today's the perfect day. It's also going to be the week of Thanksgiving when I post this, which is kind of timely, right? Thanksgiving is kind of like pantry type season. So let me turn you around and show you what we got. So I do think I talked to you guys last time. This rack right here is the rack that used to be on the front porch where I was selling eggs and things for the summer. And I brought it into the basement so that all of these winter squash can have good air circulation on all sides. I didn't want to put them up against somewhere where there was no circulation and have them start to get kind of yucky on me. So these are the squash I've brought inside for the winter this year. These ones on top, they all look very different. They're just different stages. This is kind of probably the most fully mature one. These are those honey nut, and you can see like they're like hand size. These are individual sized buttercup hybrids. I've got some spaghetti squash. These are the Polish variety that I grew this year. They're supposed to be that color. I have got pumpkins. These are the pumpkins I grew in the backyard. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And they will turn orange eventually. These ones are the sugar pie pumpkins, and these fatter squatter ones I don't remember the name of. These are all the center cut squashes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. I have a lot more of these. We've used, I don't even know how many of these, and I've got bunch lunch to the chickens. But with all the squash, this is plenty for me to store. 6 of them. Like I said, it's really important that I only keep enough that we're going to use and that I can maintain good airflow for. Down here on the bottom, look at this guy. This is called a North Georgia candy roaster. This is one of the ones that I grew in my mom and dad's backyard. It's the only one that came out of there. And then that buttercup, or that butternut, and then this is an acorn. Oh, no, it's a buttercup squash. Those are from my mother-in-law. They had tons and tons of squash this year too. So there's my squash haul. Looking pretty nice. I'm probably going to take these two and cook them soon and puree them and use them for some kind of pureed pumpkin dessert. Aren't they lovely? Moving over to canned items. This has been in use a lot. Last year, I feel like I filled it all up and it was very, very full when we did the pantry tour. I'm currently using this as much as I'm putting into it. So it's kind of a little bit more in flux, but I do have all of my broths up here. I have got some corn broth, which I made last year with corn, like the empty corn husks. I have got ham, and then this is all beef. And I think I got just a couple turkey. These are all broths made from like the carcasses of something. I've got 1 leftover split pea and ham soup. This is definitely something I'd like to make again with ham hocks. I'm just not there yet. Here I have got pickled asparagus, sauerkraut, and then these are beans. I've got potatoes. These are from last year. I didn't do potatoes again this year. I should have. It's just something I kind of ran out of time with. This right here is rhubarb. Last year I froze my rhubarb. This is the first year I've canned it. I like to use this in a dessert, like a rhubarb and strawberry dessert or muffins or something like that. Right here I've got beans. They look very different. These were just yellow beans, and that's the color they kind of turned after cooking and stuff. And then here is my pasta sauce. Now, I did not can pasta sauce again this year. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 left, which will be fine. I think we probably would only use maybe 1 a week is 14 weeks. That's plenty. But next year I will have to do a giant batch of spaghetti sauce because this year I did giant batches of salsa. So this is all my salsa. We went through 35 pints last year. I was actually out by the time it came to Canada again. So hopefully this lasts. Up here, I guess, I have extra rings and things. And then I have calendula oil. Those are those calendula flowers in oil. I'll strain that out and have oil to make things with. I've got some shelf-stable goods on this side. Those are shelf-stable chocolate nugs for the kids' lunch. And then let's go this way. This is cowboy candy. I need to make a lot more of this than I did this year. My jalapenos did not work very well this year, so I was kind of at the mercy of whatever I could get my hands on. I've got carrots. I don't know what's going on here. Somebody was playing with my organization. How dare they? I did do these this year. I think they're very nice to have on hand for soups and things. You can take some broth, some meat, some carrots, and you can pretty much have a soup. Corn. And then this is pickled zucchini from last year. I've got 2 left. People like this quite a bit. It's gone over very well, but you only kind of bring it out when you're munching on like charcuterie, and it was kind of a pain in the butt to make. Back here, I've got dilly beans. These are different from the beans up there. The beans up there are just canned beans. These are pickled. So these are all dill beans. And I've got pickled peppers. And then here are my actual dill pickle spears. So it's kind of the pickled area. She's so fun. This makes me feel so good. Like this is what I've done with my life right here. I've made all this food. On the bottom shelf is where I got my fruits. And I have got pears still. Anyone who's been here for a while knows we ate a ton of pears last year. And my kids don't like them out of the jar. So they're moving a little slow. I've been putting them in desserts. I'm going to have to make some more with them. I've got apple butter from last year still and apple sauce. I did not make any more this year. That could change. I could get some apples and still do that still. Here are blueberries. I did these this year again. These were invaluable to have for overnight oats, you know, with yogurt. We really liked having those handy. And then in this basket, sorry, the light down here is not awesome. I have got my onions and my garlic that I grew this year. Not really big, but still here. This will get me a good way the way in. I do have some garlic upstairs too. Some of the bigger heads I saved to plant. I have to do that coming up this week here yet. And then back in the corner, I've got beeswax and soy beads to make candles and stuff like that. And I do have some potatoes down on the bottom. So that's kind of all of my fresh canned homemade food. And then over here into the corner, I just keep a lot of basics. So I shop from my pantry and then I take it upstairs. So ketchups and dressings, noodles, extra cereal, things for the kids' lunch boxes, all kinds of oats. And then down here, I've got flours and sugars, bread flour, and all of my fats and oils down here and my vinegars. Last stop on my pantry tour is this very cool shelving unit that my husband made for me out of old barnwood. It is very, very skinny. It's only a couple inches deep and it fits perfectly on this kind of throwaway wall space that we have right here. There's a doorway, so I cannot actually put a real shelving unit here, but here's the back entrance. My sunflower heads and all of my lids for this is a great way, by the way, to store your extra lids. There's pencils in the bottom of a string. It holds them from falling on there, and I just pile them on the top and hang them there on ribbons. Anyway, I digress. Very cool shelf. This is where I keep all of my spices. So this goes all the way up to the ceiling. I've got some extra jars of pickled things up there. I keep extra lids and things there for easy access. Here are all my spices. Some of them I buy, some of them I make. I made celery salt last year. Down in here, I have red pepper flakes that I made. I get all of this sea salt, the real Redmond real salt. It's my favorite salt. Got some cinnamon here. Down here, I keep things of baking soda. This is more salt. I've got cast iron cleaner. This is my homemade garlic powder. And then back in here, I've got some anise and some, I don't know what that is. Something I made. Let's take a look. Something I made and I don't know what it is. Let's take a look. Okay, it's salted basil. Can you see that? I took salt and mashed it up with basil and didn't put a label on it. Shame on me. First rule of preserving, label it. You will forget. But this smells so good, I can't forget this one. This is a giant chunk of beeswax from my brother-in-law's beehive. He gave it to me and I cleaned and rendered it all down. And I'm going to use it to make skincare products. I've said that a bunch of times, haven't I? I've not actually made these products, but I'm going to. I have all the necessary ingredients. I've got some dried mustard there. I buy some seasonings and things like this wholesale and then just put them in jars. So I did buy some high quality mustard. Here are some calendula dried heads that I can use to make more oil. This is paprika. There's dried parsley. This is dill. I don't know what that is. This is oregano. There's some breadcrumbs right there. Let me check out. Again, no labels. Don't do this. Label your stuff. Okay, that's turmeric. Down here I've got some lemon balm olive oil and some calendula olive oil. Again, and then I keep a little thing here just to throw random tops in. These are the kind of plastic tops you can buy just to put on top of your mason jars when you're not sealing them, so you don't waste your bands and lids. So I got a bunch of those in there. Same thing down here, extra lids. Some banana peppers. I've got some dried cranberries. And down on the bottom I have a couple more tall things. Spices, some calendula oil, some dilly beans, and apparently waterless dog shampoo. Because, yeah, wherever it fits, right? Isn't she pretty? I'm so glad my husband's handy. This is a lovely thing. So there you go. There is the 2023 Pantry Tour. This is where I'm looking heading into winter. I'm actually really excited about it. I got a lot of squash in, which is better than last year. I got onions. I've got a ton of broth. Things I'm missing. I want a canned chicken. I had canned chicken going into winter last year. That was fantastic. Hasn't happened yet this year. I want some more canned soups, like pre-made soups. So I do have some turkey broth I made the other day in the fridge. I'm gonna make some kind of turkey soup with that and go ahead and can that. I don't know. I think that's really all I'm missing. What do you think I'm missing? Or what do you have in your pantry that you like to have that's fantastic and I should put in mine next year? All right, you have your assignment. Tell me. All right, everybody, have a great week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you guys after the holidays. Bye.